Yo, 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 what is going on, IK Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are bringing it back strong. Going to be talking about the new Supreme Seals event. Again, we'll have to see how often this event comes around. It actually is going to be the way where you can get now the new special artifacts that we've been hearing about. And we're going to actually be doing two things here in today's video. We're going to be walking you through the wonderful journey, Monopoly. I love this event, right? As you can see, I got a bunch of gems up here. I've just been stocking up and saving for this next event. So we are going to be doing as many spins as we can. We're going to try and do a full clear on Monopoly up to 1300. And then after that, we are going to do the Supreme Seal event. As far as, again, we'll talk a little bit about that, right? Obviously kind of go over, kind of give you some information on like what I'll buy. This is pretty straightforward for the most part, but we're going to start off with Wonderful Journey, and then we'll kind of end with Supreme Seal. Before we jump into everything, as always, make sure you guys sub, like, ring the notification bell, and of course, if you want to join, be a part of our conversation, hit up our Discord, which you can find in the pinned comment and description down below. All right, here we go. So we are going to be doing Wonderful Journey. Now, when you have a lot of gems, right, and you're in a position, for example, with where my account currently is, which is that I have pretty much everything that I need commander-wise when it comes to having the majority start. So as far as all the purple Immortals, right, and those are the ones that you can find. Let me just kind of give you a quick example. If we go into the city, you can go to your market, and also Hall of Immortals, right? You can kind of cross-reference some of this. Oops, I got to click on it. Right, I got to make sure we're taking advantage of the free stuff. Bam, bam. All right, we're good. So now we'll go to the market. And if I go here, I can then go to this scroll area up here, right? This is the available Immortal and Soul Crystal rates, right? So eventually, basically all of these epics that you see here currently, these are all the epics that you can get. Everyone else that's not listed here, or that you would find on the Hall of Immortals list, you pretty much have to either unlock with money, or you have to get them with, green gems, right? Now, there are some exceptions. One of the examples would be someone like Empress Wu, right? Because you can unlock her through COR, through the reward shop there, and then she'll also show up for purple and green gems, right? So there are some exceptions, but for the most part, that's what we're going to be focusing on pulling. So I'm going to go through, do my 170 attempts right now. We're going to focus on specific Immortals that we need and we're looking for, right? So, and I'll give you an example here, just so you know. So the ones we're really looking for right now would be like my Attila, right? I still need some shards there. Genghis Khan, I still need a few there, actually a bunch to get the last level. Empress Wu, of course, right? Because, I only need one for her to get the next level. Sweet. Baldwin, because I think I still need some more for him. Let me see. Ramses, Saladin, again, right? Alex, Richard. Let me just see. I don't think I can level anyone up real quick. I just want to go. I like to go through this sometimes just to see where I'm at. 5. Ramses, I don't think I have enough for you. I'm close on some of these, right? Elizabeth Bathory, El Cid, right? So I'm basically just looking for these, right? Bathory, El Cid, Alex, Charles, Saladin, Ramses, Baldwin, Empress Wu, Genghis Khan, and then Attila. Right, so those are the ones that we're going to be focusing on for now. So anytime we see some green gemmers for these, purples will mainly just be for Empress Wu. But we're going to burn through this. We'll do the reminder. I just have to make sure that I don't. Sometimes when you go through this like quickly, you don't want to miss out on Empress Wu. I've done that a couple times. It's very depressing. Just because you're going to, because Empress Wu doesn't come up that much, that when you miss out on the click, you're like, oh my gosh, man, now I have to wait so much longer before I'm going to be able to possibly have her come back up. And that happens to me more often than not, which I feel very bad about. So that's why I try and do the best I can visually when I'm going through my clicks here. All right. Also, don't get tricked with the Zenobia. Right. Now, some people might be asking me, boss, why are you going through and spending all your green gems on Immortals, right? Especially if they're ones that you just might not end up using. Well, what I will say to that effect is I'm a big believer in flexibility, and more so adaptability in the unknown, which the unknown is, right, what happens if a a nerf or a patch comes, or I should say, let's just say generally a balance change. What happens if a balance change comes and that balance change now all of a sudden makes an immortal that might not have been a current meta immortal that you would use in a specific march, now all of a sudden relevant, right? An example would be El Cid, right? This is an immortal that if you look at top marches currently, right, El Cid is not consistently ran in top lightning marches. So that's just something you have to consider. But and again, even in mixed marches as well, right? It's just not a high it's not a high usage immortal, and because of that, you don't know if a balance change may come out. Right now, again, in the position I'm in, right? Because again, most people know, right? I would classify myself probably at this point around like a mid spender, right? Mainly just because of the content compensation I get. So again, the way that I'm approaching leveling commanders, even though I still would have done this the exact same way, I don't think I really would have changed anything for, well, that's not true. Probably what I would have done if I wasn't this level of spend is I probably would just focus on the ideal 4 immortals that I'd want, and then but I would still buy the green gems and market, and I'd wait for this event to come around. But the only difference is that once I got to an ideal state, I would probably just focus my green gems on Philosopher Stones, right? Because one, I want to be able to generate more pools. I want to be able to get more purple shards as well, so I can upgrade Tox skills. So that would be the only difference, is that I just wouldn't do this as long if I was free to play, because I would want to emphasize getting more of my max Tox skills, especially on a first march as well, right? I think the argument could be made is at least get your other marches up to where you can max gather nodes, and then really overinvest on your primary march. I think that's more of a better and more sustainable long-term game plan for free-to-play players. And that's why I say it's really more of a flex, because again, I still would focus on my primary march, maybe even some of the additional marches, but really that would be the next play, is that and once you got to that threshold or that next point as a free-to-play, you would then immediately, I would say, just go in to use your green gems to buying Philosopher Stones, so that way you can level up your Tox skills for your primary march. Then you can go back and kind of do it one by one if you want to do it that way. Right, that would more or less kind of be my recommendation. Let me see. So I'm not even halfway through. I actually thought my pace. Ooh, see, I almost missed it. Did you see that? The Empress Who came up. I almost passed it out. That's no bueno. Okay. Here we go. So I'm saying, man, you got to be on your feet on these ones. Just it goes so fast, especially if you kind of have like a pace that you're going with. It can be one of those things where you just accidentally pass someone because you just miss a look. Ooh, see, and the Zenobia trick show, because sometimes Zenobia, I'll click on it, and even though most of the time it's purple gem, sometimes it's green, and then you'll get it, and you're like, that definitely wasn't Empress Wu. Okay, we're doing pretty good now, so I'm a little under half. I think we got a good pace here. All purple. One thing I have to watch out for is Wu when she pops up. I'm shocking. I haven't done an accidental misclick or misbuy yet, so this gives me a little bit of hope. Now, this might come down to a situation where if we're not able to use a significant amount of green gems, depending on who pops up, we may need to purchase some Philosopher Stones just to get more dice rolls. So that's kind of our backup, only if we're going to need to. But I think we're doing pretty good so far. I haven't missed an Empress Wu, so that gives me a lot of hope. Because trust me, it's happened. Nice. Maybe I'll be able to skill up Attila. I know I'm at least going to be able to skill up a couple here. So, again, it will be nice. There is some good value I'm at least getting. I just already have JS or JC. I'm good. I'm really loving getting some of these Attila shards, which is great for me. Sorry, the Genghis Khan. That's what I meant. Zenobia, JC, El Cido. Okay, we got less. Oh, nice, dude. Can't miss the Empress Woos, man. Love it. I wonder if they throw it like back to back on me just to mess me up. That would suck. Just a little bit. Look at that. This one came a little faster this time. All right, we got 10 more pulls now after we do max. And we've used about, what, 29,000, 27,000, I think? Saladin. Nice. We'll do another one for you. Oh, wow. I'm getting a bunch of Empress Woos on this one. This is pretty nice, actually. Okay, last pull. Okay. So we'll wait till reset. Bam, we did a bunch. Okay. Let's go up here. Then we're going to end up doing, and this part is probably going to go pretty quick, right? So again, we purchased some. We got some stonies here. All right, dude, here we go. We got 48 of these bad boys. So run through, right? We're going to do the quick burns here, see how we do. Probably hit 200. Ooh, wow. Nice. Ooh, oh, we hit one of these too. Wow, so that put us right to 4. So we got some unique frags. We got. I mean, honestly, I think this should be like 1 million at this point. Is my feeling, right? I feel like the tier reward should be a little bit better. I think the schematic frags. Schematic frags are interesting. I don't know if 5 is enough. Maybe 10 would be an initial thought. I definitely think this should be more than 100k gold. I think this should be 1 mil gold. Would be awesome, right? I mean, this is something you really need to incentivize people, because in this type of an event, right, you could argue this is a spender event, right, for the most part, even though if you save up green gems enough as free to play, you can still get, right, you can maybe make it decently high. This is the best event really for you to save green gems for. And again, I mean, I would almost argue to save all your green gems for this event, right, before you even try and get to a higher VIP level to start generating the Philo Stone per day. Okay, and then what did this give me? This gave me 10. I'll be honest, I feel like this should have been 10. Maybe this should have been 20. I mean, again, I think, more rewards, in my opinion, would have been a little bit better here. So let's see. Okay, so far we've been able to make it to 600. What did we get? Yeah, I mean, this should have been like 2 mil gold, in my opinion. I mean, once you start getting to higher dragon levels, I mean, even if you just think about the higher dragon levels now, 200,000 gold's nothing, right? So again, I think this should be 1 mil gold. This should be 2 mil gold. Maybe finals 5 mil gold. I think that would be a little bit more appropriate. Cool, so we made it to 700. Let's see what we get for that. 15. Again, I like this as like if we did 10 here, I like 20 here and 30 for the 700, because that would at least give you 1 full set. Right, I like that pace. So we're at 820. I'm close. What's 900 give me? 300k. What does the final give me? 30? Yeah, honestly, final I think should give you 60. I actually think that would be great. One, because the event doesn't come around all that often. It's like once a month, right? And if you think about it from a free-to-play perspective, you still have, not only do you have to forge material, but you have to consistently forge material and then merge material artifacts to level them up. It's a lot of work, right? So again, love the event. Let's improve the rewards, all right, Pimpin'? That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep it all good in the hood. Okay, so I think we're all right. Okay, now let's go to Supreme Seal. So Supreme Seal is now, I think, a little bit better of an event. This is something that some of the CCs were talking about in the CC server about just the event is being a little bit better. So in this event, right, you have an opportunity to get the special artifacts, right? So you have the schematic frags, the Sun's Gift, which are the unique artifacts for Immortal. So this one is for Ramses, you got one for Leonidas, you got one for Richard, and you got one for Barca, right? So they went water, earth, lightning, and then they give you wind. So the only one that's really missing here is fire, nothing for shadow and holy, which I can understand, but maybe you give it for the primary 5 elements. That could be something as well, right, that I think is important. Then we get here, right, and you click on sun crystals. So it's material to empower the artifact. To me, that's important, right? But you need to be able to unlock the special artifact first before you get to something else. So my thought, now remember, how can you generate and get these, right? So during the event, you can use Conquest Coin to exchange for a variety of items. Conquest Coin can be obtained from the Heroic Path event, right? This lasts a while. I think it lasted 3 days. Let me double check here. Yeah. So 3 days, right? We're basically at 1.5 days in. So I missed out on one reset for spending just because of my late. I wanted to make a video on it. But we go to Heroic Path, and you can gain these Conqueror's chests a few different ways, right? Now, I think it'd be cool if they added speed ups in here. I'm always a big fan, even if it's the small 1-5 minute speed ups. I'm a big believer that in any event, you really need to add in speed ups, no matter what. Unless I'm blind and I'm just not seeing in here, this is the ones that it shows, right? So you have, you got all the currencies, right, but just no speed ups. So I don't know. I like speed ups, but I do like that you're able. Again, this is kind of the standard, like gather outside your city, inside your city, defeat some gnomes, defeat some bosses, right? This is something that you can argue is a good event when it comes around to blow some AP on, because you're going to be able to get the special artifacts, at least in this one way, that you can for the Immortal. So I actually think this is an okay event to use AP on, especially if you're doing it. I also think in these types of events, what you really want to do is you want to use your items. So as an example, you want to use your boost items here, right? So I would say something like, I'm going to do a 24-hour gold, right? I'll do an 8-hour... Oh, hang on, that's already gold. I don't want to do that, right? So I'll do a 24-hour here. And then I need stone. So we'll do a 24-hour stone. Then I need some wood, right? So I'll do a 24-hour wood. Again, I should have done this earlier, so I could have maximized on all 3 days. Right. And I'll give you a little tip here too as well. Something you can do as a big tip, let me just grab this chest, is going to be when events like these are coming up. And I'll probably make another video on this as well separately. But a great tip here is that when events like these come up and you know that, right, where it says collect production resources in your territory for a chance of obtaining extra rewards, right? Make sure you don't collect these until the event starts, right? And because you want, like, even if you're max, but you have to wait a half a day, it might be worth doing that. Because the important part here is that you want to be sure that you're in a position to get the max amount that you can get for this. Another good example is start gathering troops before the event starts, right? So you'll send, if you know gathering, it takes you 4 or 5 hours, however long it takes, send them out 3-4 hours in advance, right, before the event starts. So that way when they come back, you're already maximizing. Again, good example there. You can't really necessarily do that with gnomes or bosses. You'll kind of have to do that as they come. But you can make sure that you have like a max troop training ground. You have enough resources available if you need to do some a lot of healing or maybe some mass training, right? Just so you can make sure that you're maxing out on what the rewards are, right? These are just some good tips for this event in Supreme Seal, because again, I do think it is a good event where even if you're free to play, it seems like you have an opportunity. Now, bear in mind, I've only done bare minimum here, right? I don't even know if I did all my AP yesterday, but for the most part, for I'd say the past day and a half, I've been using my AP just normally, right? Nothing extra. And I almost have enough here to get it to at least get max 2 of these, right? Where I can arguably get, I almost have enough AP right now halfway through to where I can get almost half of the reward. So I actually think that's good pace so far, based on at least what I've been able to see. With that being said, right, what I'm probably going to do here based on who I have in a lineup and who I'm using at the moment, just in order, because again, I don't have Ramses in my lineup, but again, maybe he might be better with his artifact for water. That could be something to play with there. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go Ramses for mine, and then I'm probably going to go Richard because lightning is my next, and then again, I'm just going to have to wait to get some more. That's going to be the play right now. And then again, we'll probably, to get the 100 chest, how many more do I need? I mean, I do have to, let's just buy some Philo stones just so we can 100 this out. Let's see here. I don't know how many I'm going to need, though. I don't want to buy a bajillion. How many can I get? Oh my gosh, 99. I don't know if I'm going to need that many Philo stones, right? This is going to give me, it gets me 30 more pools. With 43 or however many 48 pools we had, that got us over halfway there. So I don't know, maybe this will be okay. Let's just do it. We'll do, oh no, I didn't need to. I had 3. I could have done 27. And I should have timed that out. That's okay. It's fine. We'll be all right. I wasn't min-maxing it all the way. So let's do this. We'll go, where am I going? Spending. Okay, let's go back. So I got 32. Yeah, I could have done 2 less. All right. Let's do a few more. We'll probably finish this no problem. And again, my thought really here would have been, right, let me just try and get enough rolls to hit 13. Right? And we're going to hit it right here now, right? So I went, I probably got 10 too many. but we still will hit a couple extras here, right? We'll see what else we can get with the remaining gems. We got some more speed ups, superiors, right? We'll use these last two. Awesome. Okay. So that rounds it out. There we go, man. 15, 20 is where we ended. I probably could have taken 10 less gems overall for that. But again, thought we did a pretty good job. For anyone who's curious, I'll just stick around and I'm just going to pull some, we'll just do some philo pulls here. I'm going to hang on with the frags here, and we got 112. Wow, that's a lot. Maybe, you know what, I'll save this for another video when I'm start upgrading my talk skills. That could be something cool, I think. So I'm just going to collect this. That's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video where we showed off the Supreme Seal event, along with the wonderful Journey / Monopoly event, getting max there for the 1,300 point chest, along with just some of the general tips and kind of my thoughts on the Supreme Seal event, which I do like so far. I'm happy for that. That's it for me. Again, I'd love to know your thoughts and your comments, right? What has your experience been with the two events so far? How do you feel, like, how much do you think you can actually get as a free-to-play? If you are a free-to-play, right, how has your experience been? Have you just been saving up your green gems all the time so you can blow them on the Monopoly event? And if so, right, how far have you been able to get in the Monopoly event? Do you think there's good value there, along with your thoughts on the Supreme Seal event for what y'all might think as well? Let me know down there in the comments below. That's it for me. Until next time, we will catch y'all later.